Listen, if we're going to be a clown show, let's just embrace the clown show. Let's stop pretending we're not. Here we go.
What happened last week when they took a shot at my hero and they tried to kill the next president of the United States? Enough was enough. And I said, let Trump-A-Mania run wild, brother. Let Trump-A-Mania rule again. Let Trump-A-Mania make America great again.
You're not beating this. Not this election cycle. You're not beating this. And the reason why we're not going to beat it is because there's a thing in politics that you have to remember when it comes to what convinces people to get to the polls, what convinces them to actually get out there and contribute. There's a couple of things. You have to be inspired. That's number one. And number two, you got to be pissed off. Both Trump's base is both pissed off and inspired. So regardless of what people are saying or thinking right now in terms of where this election is going, there is absolutely no question that this is going to be an impossible act to follow. And again, this is the thing about presidential politics. It is about the show. I'm not saying that the position is entirely symbolic, because it's not. It has very real consequences, especially when it comes to picking judges, federal judges, obviously. And of course, being the commander-in-chief of the United States military. It's very serious stuff. But in terms of where our country is right now, it's not surprising, and it shouldn't be surprising that this is getting, the type of juice, if you will, that is really getting people excited, and they're pissed off. And make no mistake, I caught a small clip of CNN before the Hulkster went on there and started talking. And Caitlin Collins was interviewing one of the delegates from Oklahoma. And I guess had like some pair of shoes on that looked like slippers. And the reaction from Tapper in particular was one to basically insult the woman and make fun of her shoes. And all I keep thinking is, all this is doing is further cementing Trump's re-election. That's what it's doing. They cannot hide their contempt for him and for his movement and anything in between. And of course, everyone will cast it aside and say everything is all about bigotry, this, that, and the other thing. And I'm not saying those elements are not there. They certainly are. However, if we're being completely objective, yeah, the rah-rah, America is a big thing. And Colin, I want you to also grab the clip from last night from the representative who spoke about Israel. Let me tell you, there was cheering in the crowd, but not nearly as much as you'd think. That's important to note. So Hulkamania ran wild in hyping up this crowd. And the USA chant, that's what they love. That's a huge part of the shtick. So now we're going to continue because Mr. Hulkamania himself decided to continue that conversation on Fox News.
Jim. You're going to speak to him.
I can't wait. This is going to be like body slamming the giant at WrestleMania.
What brought you out here? Why are you here?
Well, Brett, I got tired of remaining silent. I sat back and watched the borders collapse. I watched the economy collapse. I watched the price of gas, the price of food, everything just do an upside down flip. And when they took a shot at my hero, Donald Trump, I realized that I couldn't be silent anymore. You know, I had to step up. I had to be a real American, just like all these real Americans here and Donald Trump. I have a voice too, and I want people to know it's time to talk. It's time not to be silent anymore.
I think the one thing that cannot be denied, no, that arena is filled, Chris, but the one thing that can't be denied, which I think is important here, is that what Mr. Hulk-A-Mania is saying here is actually it's gonna have a certain effect this time around. Because the one thing that happened the first time with Trump is that you had a lot of silent supporters. You had people that were supporting him, but were not public about it. I think this time around, it's going to be a lot more in your face. We always saw the people that were out there that were really big supporters, but this is going to take it to another level, because I do believe that, like he said, I can't be silent. He's basically saying, I've always supported Trump, but now I'm going to be public about it.